This is exactly why your ex can miss you terribly and still stay silent. Seriously, they can be thinking about you right now and say nothing. Now, obviously, this does not apply to every single ex, but a lot of exes do go through this. Now, the key is that eventually they are going to crash and burn. Their emotions are going to get the best of them if they try to suppress their feelings. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how this happens. Now, the bottom line is when you fall in love with someone new, the brain actually does a number on you. It releases certain chemicals called dopamine and serotonin, specifically feel-good hormones. Now, this process is also known as limerence. Now, one of the issues with limerence is that it's temporary. However, most people think that these feelings and this high is going to last forever, but it usually doesn't. So in a few months, you and your ex got to a point where you actually finally started to see each other for who exactly you are. So your ex came face to face with your flaws and some of the issues that you may have and vice versa. Now, maybe you're the type of person who is extremely loving. Like you're willing to give the shirt off of your back to a stranger, how much more so someone that you love. So you invested and doubled down even when you weren't on that high of limerence, just trying to make the relationship work. However, your ex probably did differently. They started to take you for granted. They didn't appreciate the sacrifices that you made, and they eventually got to a point where they thought that they could do better, and so they broke up with you. Now, what happens when your ex breaks up with you is that they go into what's called the relief stage. They feel good about the breakup. They do not care as much about your feelings. Now, if you're in no contact, what you're essentially doing is you're taking your power back. You're putting space between you and your ex, not just physically, but emotionally. And when you put this space, all right, there's a saying that goes, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So when your ex is in the relief phase, but you're absent from them, they start to think about you in a more positive light. They start to wonder what you're up to or what you're doing. And this reflection causes them to get to a point where they start to feel some kind of curiosity and wonder if you're going to move on forever. When your ex is in that phase, it's going to cause them a little bit of emotional pain. Now, your brain is specifically wired to keep you safe, and one of the ways it does this is it causes you to avoid pain, whether that pain is physical or emotional, and it also causes you to seek comfort and stability. So when your ex is thinking about you and they are missing you or you start to cross their mind, it causes them to feel deep senses of emotional pain. And while they might be able to suppress for a moment, whether that's because of their pride, whether that's because they told their friends and family how they're done with you and how they're never coming back, you can only suppress these feelings for a certain amount of time. They will eventually get to a point where they can no longer suppress the feelings, especially when you're silent, and they will reach out to you on their own. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.